Whoa, look at all those chats. Hello, everybody. Damn, I got a bunch of stuff open. Okay, just making sure you guys can hear the music, or you guys can hear me. You guys can see my town, which I'll quickly showcase in just a minute. By the way, I am still sick. Thank you, by the way, everybody telling me to get better. Appreciate that. I guess I got the flu on Monday. I don't even know exactly how. Also, is my camera screwed up? Whatever. Part of my head's probably gonna get cut off, but too late to fix that now. Alright. Mostly right now I just have coughs, so you'll probably just hear me cough. Actually some sniffles too. But I think I had the flu on Monday, and I didn't really feel good at all Monday and Tuesday. But obviously much better now. But my throat still hurts, and I'm still coughing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Rahif, thank you so much for continuing to be part of the Super Dub Club. Really appreciate it. And yeah, let me read the comments. I think Herps said hi all. Hello, Herps. Aspie says Belgian. Oh gosh, maybe I can't read everything Aspie says, but hello Aspie. Rachel, morning Dub, morning Rachel. Fox says howdy townies, Dub is doing awesomely as usual. Thank you. Well, as you can see, can you see it? No, I guess you can't really see it. Sorry, I moved windows around, so everything's kind of out of whack right now. Okay, now you can see it. Top 10 right now. Which I really didn't think so with this rate. I'm starting to get top 10 even on windmill metas. That's crazy. Bayes, hello. Jukesies, Randy, hello. Welcome everyone. Welcome. Coinman says happy Friday. Mary says good morning, Dub. Lashley says very good. Wow, that was difficult to pronounce. Ives, hello. 28, hello. Tatwees, Jeff, hello, hello. Cam is fine. Don't forget to thumbs up all. Appreciate that. Good morning, Spartans. Smash Boom Bam says, hey Dub, is there a workaround for the offline delay problem where it sets you back hours of progress? Not really, and like multiple people are still dealing with that issue. I hear it every week, and it's usually the same people. It has to do with the connection. I think it has to do with your connection, but also, you know, we can blame Gala because they're screwing up somehow with the server, or maybe just Townstar, right? But it doesn't happen to everybody. I actually did get the globe disconnect this week on Tuesday when I was working on my build. But it only rolls me back like a few minutes, so I don't lose that much progress. Of course, I notice it right away and I refresh. But I always hear people, they get the disconnect globe and they refresh and they roll back to like the first 20 minutes of their build or something. I don't know, I've never experienced a rollback that large. Ives says I've had globes multiple times, but I usually notice right away so I don't lose any progress. Yeah, so same situation for me. So I've never really lost progress. As for workarounds, not really, other than maybe try to refresh your game every hour or so to make sure that it saves on the server. That's the only thing I can recommend. But there's not really a way to stop the globe disconnecting. It seems random. Looks like Spartan's YouTube chat has some kind of XP system now on the chats, so it encourages people to spam. No, not really. But every time you leave a chat, I guess, you get 25 XP. And then you can see like a little leaderboard that says who has the most XP for this stream. It's just YouTube trying to gamify the streams to encourage chatting, which is cool, I guess. Girl Gamer, hello, Merry Friday. It says I get globe only at the very beginning, like first 8 hours. Yeah, usually only happens at the very beginning or the very end. Last 10 minutes of the competition here. This is doing 814 baguette per hour. It did 819 on practice, but like I really don't care about the difference of 5 baguettes. It says I lost 1 baguette. That was just now because I accidentally covered the whole window for like a minute. And for some reason I lost a baguette because of that. I'm using 5 light circuses. Removes all the shade from all the windmills except for this one. I guess this one ended up having 27 shade. Maybe it was the tiny bakeries. I forgot to test. Yeah, actually, I think it was these 2 tiny bakeries. I don't remember. I don't know exactly why this one had 27 shade, but it did. Or it could have been the extra bakery I put here. I have no idea, but I don't really care. It ended up working anyways. But yeah, all the other windmills are in a green craft timer. I did buy the 2 epic brine stands. So these 11 windmills have full passive brine. 10 regular ones. It's just that this one's a bright wind. So I did a little of subgrid placement here to get it to fit. And then I have a few windmills over here that have 2 passive brine that are also crafting salt. So yeah, even though I have the 2 epic brine stands, I still needed to collect brine, so I'm using 10 salty salt fields, so they're not completely useless. There you go. And my other ones, I put them on the guild library for other supporters to borrow them. Yeah, no problem. Coinman says just got disconnected. Oh. Yeah, I guess it's possible. Oh dang, LV Postman, I didn't know that. Yeah, you definitely would have passed me up. Yeah, I just seen LV Postman send me a message of his production rate. It's very good. It's better than mine. So I guess I took his spot. If that's true, I still would have gotten top 10 because I know I did more baguettes than Homeboy. Also, shout out to Homeboy. Appreciate you letting me borrow 2 tiny bakeries. Of course, I let him borrow tables of appreciation, so it was worthwhile. Yeah, either way, I would have gotten top 10, but it does look like LV Postman should have got in 9th place. He got screwed over by the rollbacks, he says. I believe him on that. Yeah, I just saw your message. I mean, what else do I explain? Those light circuses, the passives. The passive brine for the brine stands is very powerful. Even more powerful than I thought it was gonna be. These 2 alone probably saved me 36 spots. I mentioned this sometime on Discord when I first got them. Probably on Friday. I was making, what was I making? 2,500 salt just from the passive brine alone. Right now I'm at 3,300 salts. Because I'm making salt over here. It's insane. So yeah, it saves me 30 salty salt fields of space. It saves me maybe 4 twin garages of space and then the silo. Something like that. It saved me 35 or 36 spaces. It's insane. Huge space saver. I know Planet Bob tagged me yesterday or earlier today. I lost track of time. I don't even know. But he told me I was right. Half of the brine stands sold. Maybe a little more than half now, but I saw the screenshot you sent me, and yeah, half the brine stands sold as I predicted. I predicted half the brine stands would sell. Wow. Well, I got it right, so that's cool. DeFi says hi, nice meta this week. I agree, DeFi, and hello. Yeah, Baguette is cool. It's been a while since we've done it, so that's cool. And yeah, the rest of this build, same old stuff. As much passive milk as I could have. 3 more barns that need 5 feed. To get the feed from the Thra. And I got 5 feed mills making feed. 2 more sugar stations here making sugar. Using 7 tables of appreciation for the baguettes. Full passive feed for the eggs. Bunch of bakeries, of course, making butter. There's 5 tiny bakeries making dough here. Cool, passive sugar cane for the windmills making sugar. And a crazy amount of wood. Look at that. Look at that gathered number. If you combine it with the lost number, it looks like one big ass number of... What is this number? 30 billion. It looks... Okay, it's not really 30 billion. But it's a lot of wood. Yeah, exactly 150, 300 sold. Yeah. Somebody did that on purpose. I forgot to name my town, but it's fine. Well, I guess I could still name it. 5 minutes to go. Oh. Oh, okay. It's just laggy. And who do we have? Okay. Yeah, look at that. My prediction was 1,000 per hour minimum for top 10. It looks like that's the case for top 8, I suppose. We're very close. I mean, I'm not sure if LB Postman wants me to tell people what his rate was, but that was also close to 1,000. So I was like maybe the only one that in top 10 that wasn't as close to 1,000 per hour as everybody else. That's funny, so that's why I made it. Otherwise, I would have been right on that prediction too. Aspie, you got censored? Why? Oh, DeFi. You're 2 spots off. Yeah, well, your rate was very close to 1,000 per hour at LV Postman. It might as well be. Alright, in the meantime, let me pull up Discord too. Next week, we're going to be doing a brand new meta. It's going to be fried rice, which some people predicted, but that's kind of because we already knew about the next NFT coming out, which was the Chinese restaurant NFT. So you could kind of predict that they were gonna add the Chinese restaurant, and hence it had something to do with that. So fried rice was a logical guess. Let me see if this pops up here. Jeff Saylor, 371st place for 70 an hour. Nice, nice. What was I gonna ask? Oh, top 1200 rate. I was wondering how many baguettes were required for top 1200. If anybody did use the no NFT build I provided or anything. Herb says, and spring roll is the week after. That would be a logical guess too, since they added 2 crafts. So, Townstar's not always logical. We know that. Alright, Discord. Why aren't you popping up? There we go. Sell fried rice. See, cash boost is white rice, which is amazing for people with the husk rice stands. And rice vinegar is cash boosted too. Alright. Oh, tofu's cash boosted too. I don't even remember how to make tofu. Mushrooms cash boosted too. That's decent. You probably could do a mushroom cash rush. Oh, garlic is cash. Okay, there's a bunch of cash boosts this week. You probably could do either garlic or mushroom cash rush. I know mushroom is positively impacted by shade. Iva says it's a water and white rice meta. That is what I kept hearing. I actually haven't really taken a very close look at this. Troy Mills says 625th place with my no NFT build. 49 per hour, highest I placed in a while. Wow, really? Okay, that's really good. Well, I mean, it would have been great if you did get top 600, but that's still good. There we go. Competition has ended now, so congratulations to you all who made it or got what you wanted to get. Maybe top 1200 was like 40 per hour then or something. Okay. I'll come back to the NFT sale thing. So yeah, fried rice. Recipe is 1 garlic, 1 mushroom, 1 tofu, 1 rice vinegar, 5 white rice. I really don't even remember how to make tofu. I gotta look it up. I cannot remember. I don't know why. Right now I just can't remember it. I think we only made tofu like 1 time. And it's made in the Chinese restaurants. Craft time's 3.5 minutes. That's kind of long. Alright. Yeah, I can see why. White rice, that's a lot of white rice, plus you need white rice for the rice vinegar. So I guess that would make 6. You probably need it for the tofu also, I don't remember. And then they also announced spring rolls, so we can take a look at that. It requires 2 flour, 1 garlic, 1 rice vinegar, 1 mushroom, 1 tofu. Very similar, but not exactly the same. It's less white rice heavy and just requires a bit more flour. So spring roll seems a little easier. It's the same craft time. It is easier, it's a lower tier it seems. Or it's just worth less. But yeah, we will be doing the fried rice. I gotta take a look at tofu. I don't remember it. Okay, let me actually check this. It says, with your build, my town did 54 baguettes, rank 596. Nice. Yeah, dotted roads, yep. Makes sense. Huey 60 for me. In terms of ranking, LV Postman, don't forget mushroom stand is on sale, 50%. I don't really care for the mushroom stand, but I will take a look at it. Jeff Saylor says my mom used your build getting 45 an hour and at 889th place. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that's about the rate it should make. And it did top 900. That's very good then. When I share a design, it actually does get top 900. That's good. DeFi says tofu is soybeans and rice vinegar, I think. Ah, okay. Well, let me actually... Why is it... Okay, everything's lacking. Let me... I'm just checking the town star playbook right now. I'm not going to pull it up. I'm really just going to check. Tofu... 8 soybeans, damn. And 1 rice vinegar, you're right, and 6 water. Okay. Makes intense. Makes intense for the tofu, makes intense for the white rice. Do I have a soybean stand? I don't remember. I don't think I do. Mushroom stand doesn't help much this man in my opinion. Yeah, I really don't think mushroom stand is worth it. It's like 1 passive mushroom and greenhouse reduces the craft time of mushrooms by 50% anyways, so if you have a greenhouse you really don't need the mushroom stand. Soybean stand is only 2 passive, so I don't think it helps much either. I can't remember if I have the soybean stand. Probably not. That's what I'm wondering. You're right though. It doesn't really help if we require 8 soybeans. Hold on. I'm also refreshing this. I want to get... I think I already did the daily challenge, but that's where I'm gonna go and check if I have the soybean stand. I really don't even remember if I have the soybean stand. I'm pretty sure I do not. Okay, so soybeans require 5 water. And craft time's not that bad, it seems. Oh my gosh, it's really laggy. Start playbook is laggy, at least for me. 40 seconds? Okay, the soybeans aren't that bad. Alright. And what's the mushroom craft time? It's things we don't really make a lot of, so that's why I just don't remember these. Mushroom is 30 seconds with 3 shade. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. That's not that bad. I know white rice would be annoying for... I mean, husk rice would be annoying for a lot of people, though. Unless you have the husk rice stand. Which I do. I would imagine I'd use both legendary husk rice stands to make all the white rice for this, since so much white rice is required. And I can see now why people say so much water is required. First of all, for the rice fields, if you need to make husk rice. And yeah, you still need a bunch of soybeans and mushrooms. So that makes sense. And water for... what was it again? The tofu? Tofu... yeah, water for the tofu, 6 water. Okay, yeah. I remember doing the tofu meta, yeah. I remember having water towers all around. Why did this not load up? So weird. Alright, that'll be an interesting meta. Not super easy. Don't think it's like... I wouldn't say it's hard yet. Might be a little harder than Baguette. Ibis's house rice stands would be the best space ever. Yeah, next to the water towers, right? Wonder how many I'm gonna use. Alright, back to this after I've reviewed the fried rice requirements. Oh, it loaded up. Okay. I guess I haven't done the daily challenge. Alright. Okay, alright. So we have an idea of how to make fried rice. I guess I would suggest taking a look at... I do believe I made a no NFT tofu build. So I would suggest taking a look at that. Let me make sure if that's the case. Maybe I didn't. Really, of all the build showcases I make. Oh. Oh no, I did. It's just a really high number, so I was confused. I thought that was my competition build. I did make one. Let's see. Device is a little tougher to build and more expensive than last week. Tougher to build? That is true. Yeah, let me pull that up actually. Okay, that's fine. This is the tofu build showcase I did about 7 months ago. It did 370 tofu per hour. It seems like a very high number. I don't know, it just seemed like so much tofu. Let me get... You can't really see everything, but you can see the rates there. So this was making 3,150 soybeans. 372 white rice, which means 1,500 husk rice. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Alright, just to give a reference of like what this new meta would possibly look like, but of course keep in mind you still need the Chinese restaurants and the other materials like mushrooms and stuff. But yeah, this is the closest reference I can think of. But now the biome, what actually was the biome? I don't even remember reading the biome. The biome will have 2 rivers on... No? No. No. That's so sad. The biome will have 1 river on the east and an ocean on the south. And if I am not mistaken, the ocean does not help at all. Is that correct? Let me check. Why would you want the ocean? You wouldn't. Herb says, look, I made the same mistake. I also thought it was 2 rivers. I know somebody mentioned it, that they gave us an ocean. You don't need salt though. So they just did that to screw us over. Okay, well yeah, 1 river and 1 ocean, and the ocean's just there to just screw you over. Alright, that's really interesting. Okay, well yeah, that really hurts the water requirement, so now I understand even more. Okay, alright. Alright, well yeah, there you go. I'm just showing you guys this because it's for the people that ask what build you could use to like get inspiration from or reference towards working on your own fried rice design. This is what I would recommend, and I'm sure I showcased my competition build as well. And I probably will take well, I'll try to look for my own competitive tofu build and work from that. Speaking of which, for the build showcase, I really don't think I'm gonna... I don't think I should do a build showcase for the next week. Like, I do try to do a build showcase for almost every single week, but being sick this week, I'm kind of behind on other stuff. I'm sure you guys can understand. I need to not do the build showcase next week so I can get ahead on some other stuff that I didn't do. And that's the main reason. So yeah, next week I'm not going to do a build showcase. DeFi says, I think you can put garlic and rice in the salty. You actually might be right. I think I remember that about rice. Garlic, I don't remember. Community showcase? Really? Back to back? Like, it's been 2 weeks? Usually I think a little ahead when I do a community showcase. I think like a few days ahead. And I also have prizes, which right now I don't have any prizes lined up for the community build showcase if I were to do one this week. But I think we already had one, and I think, like some people have said before, every once in a while maybe people do need to you know, give it a shot without a build showcase. Anyways, maybe somebody will put out a build showcase, you know. Sometimes it happens. I don't think I'm the only one putting out designs to showcase to people. You can just do it for fun. I have a few storages I can donate. Nobody really wants storage prizes though, to be honest. I already know that. I could just do it for fun, but like I explained, I think we're good. Then I would like, if I were to do it just for fun, then I would like to also do the video for it. Which I think I will still do a short video talking about the competition details, but I won't make a build showcase for it. That's what I think right now. What's I gonna... Oh yeah. Garlic. Garlic farm is... Okay, it's not negatively impacted by salty because it's negatively impacted by cold. Rice field is for some reason not negatively impacted by salty. Okay. I guess you could, yeah, I guess you could have them next to the ocean. Alright. That's fine. I probably won't bother, though. I mean, like, if I was designing a build, I'd just have the buildings next to the ocean, maybe. Whatever, I won't think about that too much. Number for NNR? I'm really not sure. Like, I don't even have a guess right now. Let me go ahead and... I should have put a silo closer while I was waiting. Yeah, I mean, I'll do the daily challenge and then that'll probably be it. But let me go back and talk about the NFT real quick, which I don't think I have much to say about the NFT. So it's the Epic Chinese restaurant, which we knew about for like the past 2 weeks. Because people found out about it on NFT Harbor. 250 bucks. You're telling me this is worth the same as the brine stand? It has 2 workers. Lower craft times. And it's 3x3 in size. No shade and no dirt. No edge requirements. Alright, there you go. I don't think it's worth it, and it only crafts 2 things, and we probably will never use it, just like the Korean restaurants. That's it. That's my response to that. The other thing I was gonna say is we don't actually know how much shade and dirt the regular in-game Chinese restaurant casts. They don't give us that info, unfortunately. But what we do know that it casts dirt because the NFT version says no shade, no dirt. So it definitely casts shade and it casts dirt. Keep that in mind. We just don't know the number. Assume the worst right now if you're already planning. I haven't started any planning for this. I'm sure I'll start planning later today though. My assumption is that it's gonna cast like 3 shade and 1 dirt. I think that's what they did with the Mexican restaurants, which is really weird. But yeah, my assumption is gonna be something very inconvenient like that. Oakenshield, good morning. Okay, well yeah, that's what's upcoming for the next competition. I'm gonna go ahead and do my daily challenge here, which pretty much is just placing down all the NFTs. So yeah, my plan is when the update goes live is when I'll start practicing something, I think. And I'm not gonna do the build showcase for this week. I will use the time for other things I need to work on, and in addition to that, well, my at least Dub Fam and Super Dub Club supporters already know the things I've been working on, and because I tell them first, and Team Dub supporters will know pretty soon too, and they will also get early access to such thing. Should I just tell people? What do you guys think? Do you want to know? Or should I just wait? Alright, let me place down all 50 of my Town Point NFTs first. Rachel, you probably already know, or at least I share it on the Dub Fam chat. CEO Gala, yeah, right. What would that even mean? Nope. I've hinted before that at some point I do want a visualizer for the dub community. I've mentioned that before. So we were wondering, like, well, how are we gonna do it? Are we gonna get somebody to work on the visualizer? What exactly is it gonna do? So I decided that I'm pretty much just gonna work on the visualizer, but obviously I don't know all the code. I know a bit of coding and HTML and stuff. So I am using like AI or LLMs to help me code it. Oh, just so you know. But yeah, I am working on a visualizer for Townstar. So now everybody knows for sure. And I've only so far I've only shared progress with Super Dub Club and Dub Fam. You know, cause like behind the scenes perks of what I'm working on. Along with something else which is unrelated to Townstar that I'm not going to mention to the public right now anyways. So yeah, I'm working on a visualizer. And you probably have questions. Feel free to ask, I'll try to answer some. Cause it would probably just, it would take too long to just tell you what, it would probably take too long just to explain the whole visualizer right now. It's gonna need its own dedicated video at some point. But I will be clear about this. The idea right now, obviously I'm gonna need people to test it, but the idea is, as a perk to the people supporting me, who I appreciate very much, and because this is a lot of work, they're gonna be the first, my supporters will be the first ones to be able to actually test it and use it. So it's gonna be, at least at the start, a private visualizer. It'll basically be a merger of the Townstar playbook and the visualizer tool, which means maybe, probably at some point after a certain amount of time, I probably will stop updating the Townstar playbook because it will be redundant and all the updates would just be on the visualizer itself because it's a merger of the everything. Like basically as much info on the Townstar playbook as you see would be on the visualizer, if that makes sense. Will you add new features? There are a lot of new features, DeFi. There definitely are new features. With that said, one thing I will say is it should, for the most part, load up almost all your current files, although there's some buildings it won't load because for some reason there's typos on the like the Townstar Planner visualizer. For some of the buildings, like Hatchet Hank is called Hatch Tank. I don't understand why, but there are some typos or name differences. I tried to name them almost all the same, but there's obviously going to be some typos that or things that are named different, so it's not going to load those buildings, but for the most part it will load almost all your files, I believe, but it just won't load them completely. If you're not using NFTs, then on your files, obviously it should load them all up fine. But obviously most people have their JSON files for the planner, they have NFTs on them, so it's probably not going to load those all up. I'll say that now because I already know that's going to be the case. Super cool. How to subscribe? Well, I mean, you can subscribe to YouTube if you're not already subscribed, unless you meant like to subscribe to my supporter program. You either do that by checking out my Patreon or just become a member on YouTube. There should be links in the description on how to do that. Sandola says, "Sup, Dub? Glad you're feeling better." Thank you, thank you. I am feeling better. I am still sick. You probably can still hear it on my like voice. To me, it sounds like my voice sounds a little bit different. But yeah, that's just because my throat still hurts a little bit. It's mostly just coughs now. Like even if I take coughing medicine, I'll still cough every once in a while. Let me check, what else do I need to put down? Oh, the energy NFTs. Oh yeah, that is the main thing I've been working on for the past maybe week or two, is the visualizer. And once it's to a point where I think it's done and ready for at least my supporters to test, I will work on a video explaining how to use it. For the most part, you guys already know how to use the visualizer. It's if you use the Townstar Planner, those mechanics are or should be the same. But there are a couple of new things that do need to be explained. What made you want to create a visualizer when we already have one? The visualizer we have works great, obviously. I mean, I'm still using it. But I just wanted to create something that will be more informative. And I'm sure once you start using it, you'll understand. But of course, I hope you know who the person or the people who are working on the Townstar Planner. I do continue. I do hope that they continue to work on it and update it. Of course, I really do hope so. They're doing a great job, and who's to say? Maybe mine doesn't work, or maybe mine can't get updated as fast as theirs. I don't know. I'll of course try to update it as fast as I can. But yeah, I already did let them know I was working on the visualizer also. And who knows, maybe it'll help working together to get pictures of missing things. The Doublizer? That's interesting. An interesting name. Alchemy stands. The naming convention thing. I was thinking of the Townstar Playbook Planner, is what I was thinking of calling it. Is it very similar to the Townstar Planner.online? Yeah, it is, but like it is a planner after all. And like I said, it basically incorporates the playbook, so that's why I want to call it the Townstar Playbook Planner. I don't really want to let go of the playbook name that people know about. So that's the idea. That's I think what it's gonna be called, the Townstar Playbook Planner. It's crooked, but that's fine. Aspi says, don't be too modest about making the visualizer a paid service, even if it's only a small contribution. Don't make it free after all the work and knowledge you put into it. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I don't like the idea of paywalling stuff. At some point, my intention is to have everybody be able to use it. But the thing that I know right away is that the first version of it, I know that there's things that aren't going to work as expected because it requires a good amount of testing and feedback. And hence why I will just have my supporters just use it and test it and stuff and let me know if something seems wrong, and then I'll try to fix it. But yeah, definitely is going to be a lot of time put into it. It's the same thing as the Townstar playbook. I spent hundreds of hours on the first version of the Townstar playbook, which, if you guys remember, was when in 2022 it was like yellow looking spreadsheet. And then the playbook, the Townstar playbook now is like the second version, or really the third version. The second version did make it have that blue color that it has now. The third version of the Townstar playbook, which is the one that we use now, is the one that incorporated the Townstar playbook bot. So it read information differently. It formatted it differently. I don't know why I'm trying to explain this, but yeah, I spent a lot of time working on that Townstar playbook. So yeah, this new upgrade, which would maybe be like the fourth version of the Townstar playbook, which is the Townstar playbook planner, is in itself a lot of work. I have all the data that I put into it, but I need to get stuff to work. That's all I can say. Have I placed down all the NFTs here? Twins and badges and water towers. All right. But it has been pretty fun to work on it. Of course, a little bit frustrating, but that's the process. That's how it always goes. There's always a little bit of frustration in the fun. You know that. You all play Townstar. I gotta place down my mills too. See, this is what happens when you have so many town point eligible NFTs and they don't have an option to filter to only show your town point eligible NFTs. You will constantly forget which ones to place down. Happens every day. The brine stands, I just got those. Also, did I forget to place down one of the styling rights? That doesn't... Oh, wow, okay. All this so I can get enough soil or dirt to get enough soil to buy 1,000 gems to get me 100k cash. I'm just kidding. I really don't know. Nobody knows. I would imagine I would only really use soil to upgrade NFTs, not to buy gems. I don't know why somebody would use it to buy gems, but I'm sure they'll make that an option. Okay, I think I placed everything and everything I have. And I did, because this other stuff is on the guild library. Alright. That took a while, but I kept getting distracted and stuff. Okay. Well, that's pretty much gonna be it. Hopefully everybody did well in the competition and enjoyed it. Next week seems to be a little harder, but still doesn't seem like the hardest thing ever. It is kind of new. But at least it's not brand new. Like, it's similar to the tofu build, like I said. But yeah, if anybody has any last minute things to say or they want to share, questions, feedback, let me know. Okay, I did the challenge, gonna mark that. Checking Discord real quick. Herb says, yeah, loved it. My third top 25 in a row. Congratulations. You're getting there. You're about to pass that hump. Get top 25 each time. See, I think I'm at the point where I'm getting top 10 each time now. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. DeFi says thank you, good luck on the visualizer. Rachel says thanks Dub, feel better. Thank you, thank you. Baya says thanks Dub, good day. Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. I will see you all later. As usual, I'll be on Discord. I might not reply right away, but I'll see your message eventually. But yeah, take care, everybody. You take care, everybody, and I'll try to take care too. See you all later. Bye bye.